Let's send it down to the former Labor Senator Stephen Conroy now for his thoughts on this breaking news. So, the Courier Mail is reporting this at the moment. We've got no reason to doubt it because Stephen Miles did have the support of Annastacia Palaszczuk as well as the kingmaker Gary Bullock. Stephen, what are your thoughts on this breaking news?
Look, it's not a surprise. I think as much as other candidates might have wanted to have a red-hot go, the numbers in the caucus and across the broader party were clearly always with Stephen Miles. And once an arrangement was reached with Cameron Dick to be Deputy Premier, it means the right's numbers swung in behind the largest section of the left. The only way that Miles wasn't going to get there is if the smaller section of the left did a deal with the right. But in terms of stability in the party, stability for the government, I think it represents the most stable of the outcomes.
OK. Stephen Miles was, of course, Palaszczuk's deputy. Is there enough distance from him to an unpopular premier or a premier who was becoming unpopular to offer some kind of renewal, or is it more of the same?
Well, I think that Queensland's got a number of problems. I mean, health and youth crime are going to be top of the agenda, as they always are in Queensland. The Courier Mail runs the official opposition and it tries to create issues. I think Annastacia has made the right decision. I think she's been there a long time. She's a legend. I mean, to take a party from 7 seats and to actually win government was an extraordinary result. And then, despite all of the attacks from the media, despite all of the pressure that she was under during COVID, she won 2 more elections. So she is the most successful woman in Australian politics, bar none, despite the criticisms of her, particularly from the Sydney media bubble, who attacked her relentlessly during
Let me just pull you up there.
Period.
Let me just pull you up there, Stephen. Youth crime out of control. The ramping crisis is not getting any better. Cost of living, which is a national thing. These are worthy criticisms of a premier, are they not?
I was just saying, so Stephen Miles is in a position where he can take the leadership on these issues without distractions.
Just get back to your point about, the media, Sydney media and et cetera, haranguing the Queensland Premier. These are worthy criticisms of her, are they not?
Excuse me. In terms of the cost of living, that's a national
issue. Sure, I say
every
crime,
state
ramping.
Federal government, Liberal Labor, has to face up to that problem. And we've talked about at length the Reserve Bank's behaviour, the insanely ridiculous, aggressive interest rate cuts when they're driving the economy into recession. But in terms of the health system and the law and order issues, I think Annastacia leaving now allows the time for Stephen Miles to put his own stamp on these issues. He'll be judged.
But the point
in a
being,
year's
this is my
time.
question, is that they got so bad under her leadership, which is why she needed to be replaced.
I don't accept they're as bad as the media are trying to portray it. I accept there's an issue. But I think Stephen Miles now has the chance to put his own stamp on solving those issues and put that new stamp to the people of Queensland for election next year.
So is
I
it
think
a new...
Annastacia's made the right decision. She's gone. She hasn't been pushed. There's been a lot of speculation. But she's gone under her own steam, and only the best politicians get to do that. The best leaders get to do that.
She was forced out by the unions.
Look, I appreciate that's a very popular narrative when a leader changes.
Hang on, the union just decided the new premier as well. They call the shots in Queensland, Stephen.
No, I think what's happened is that negotiations across the whole party have seen an outcome which I think is the most stable for the state.
Yeah.
And so you've got a situation where you've got some continuity. I'm sure there'll be some new regeneration. You've already seen a range of people announcing retirement. You'll probably see more. And I don't have any inside knowledge, but my best guess will either be a range of ministers that will probably say it's time for us to go. There'll be a bit of renewal. And that, again, will allow Stephen to actually put his own stamp on the government, his own stamp on the policy agenda, and allow him to move on those issues which have been very high profile in the media.
Okay, so just quickly before we go, do you reckon this all gets sorted before Friday when caucus meets?
Oh, look, I think it's effectively over now.
Done. Yeah. Okay.
So caucus will rubber stamp it, but I can't imagine anyone's going to try and force the government into paralysis for 6 weeks or so while the party members have a ballot. I would imagine this is being resolved pretty quickly.
All right, Stephen Conroy, good to chat as always. We will talk to you again soon.